Grant, what are your thoughts on that one then?
Pleased apart from the last 4 or 5 minutes. I felt we went sloppy the last 4 or 5 minutes, and spoke to the team afterwards. That shouldn't happen. We can't let that happen. It's we obviously thought the game was dead and things like that, but once you step off it for a matter of minutes, any team will punish you in this division, and that's what we done. But up to that, the game plan was worked a treat for us in terms of what we tried to do. We didn't want to compete with Smith, i.e. we wanted the centre halves to drop and let Ben and Zane get in and around him, so that when he flicked it, we could be in control of the game. I felt we'd done that really well. But then in general play, I thought we were good as well. We flicked from a 4 to a 3 very quickly in terms of how they pressed. And I thought we looked threatening all afternoon.
How important do you think that first goal was today?
Yeah, it's important, but we felt it was coming. We were looking good. Mols was doing well. He was. You can clearly see that's his best position. So it was nice to get the first goal. Obviously, nice to land on the second, which was going to be important in every aspect today, whether it was in or out of possession. Mo's landed on it. We get the penalty. It's a great finish from Joe. But then I think we raised our game second half. We spoke about being more clinical. I felt we got into good areas and a little bit wasteful at times. And maybe that's a little bit harsh. Maybe a little bit softer than what I think we could be. I don't think we were as clinical and ruthless as we could have been. And that may have been just the last pass, or overhitting a cross, or overrunning the ball. But definitely in the second half we improved on that.
It felt like there's some really good individual performances. You mentioned Molyneux, there's just one, but there were several you could pick.
Yeah, as a team, it was more of a team performance today. I think Mols was involved in all the goals, but it's more of a team performance today, and that's the pleasing thing for us.
Biggest win for more than a year for the football club, so again, a real obvious sign of progress of today.
I think we're improving all the time. I think we've definitely turned the corner in terms of how we play, and we just want to keep building and keep improving on it. It's pleasing to see the boys coming up against a strong physical team today and matching them in every department. And they're hard to play against Sutton. They really are. They've got a unique style in terms of what they do, and you've got to defend cross as well. You've got to be good on second balls. I thought today we were, which gave us a chance to be in control of what we did.
Yeah, the set piece routine nearly paid off in the first half with Tommy Rowe's goal. How hard do you work on those small margins? Because I've seen them with corners now with free kicks, and there's a few different ones in your offer as well.
Yeah, he was onside actually as well, and that was disappointing when the linesman actually said to me afterwards, "Look, I've got that wrong. I apologise." I said, "Well, you have got it wrong." So we could have been 2-0 up at half time. But yeah, we work hard. Cliff works hard with the boys, and it's about the players using their imagination as well, because it's okay. You can set players up in a way you want a set play to go, but if a team changes the style in terms of how they set up, then you've got to be good enough to move around that. And I feel as if we've got clever players, in and around our set players, whether it's Closey, Zane, Mols, even Big O, Tommy Rowe, people like that. They're all clever, so they can see the picture.
Yeah. Just on Tommy and Ben close too, how are they?
We'll see. I mean, look, the Rowe incident, I seen the both of them tangling each other. I think Tommy's all he's tried to do was block Smith from running. Next minute he's on the floor, and my player gets booked. So, look, it's one of those, and half a dozen of one or the other, really. So we'll see how he is. It looks like he's something to do with his arm. Ben just tightened up, I think. I think he should be okay.
Yeah. Is anyone back in training from Monday, Tuesday?
I don't know. I don't know we're not too far away with Richard Wood. We're not too far away with Jack Senior, James Maxwell, Kyle Hurst. So they'll be the next 4 returning. Whether it'll be next week or the week after, I don't know. It's just a matter of seeing how their pain threshold is. All right, thank you.
Faal, Grant, I mean, he looks a young lad with a really good future. He's got something about him.
Yeah, and he's improving all the time, Mo. This is his first loan into the Football League. He's starting to look stronger. He's coming up against strong boys there today. Really are like. So when me and Good Life are strong boys at this level, and Mo, give him as good as a give them a good run for their money. So I'm pleased with him. His link-up play's looking good. He's scoring goals.
Yeah.
He's creating goals. He's won us the penalty as well for Joe. So I'm pleased with his progress.
He seems a really honest sort of lad as well. You know what I mean? He seems a good
Yeah, he's a great kid, and he wants to learn all the time. You know, he just wants to get better. You know, even in the days where we give the players a little bit more of a down day, he wants to train. So we got to look after him a little bit. You know, he's eager to do that, but he's very popular in the changing room. He's a great boy. You know, he's the life and soul of things. So I'm pleased to see him scoring again.
If he's got someone to learn from, I suspect that Ironside's the perfect.
He's not going to learn from. No, I can't get this right. He's a perfect example for him, I would say.
Yeah.
Joe, you know, because he's another, you know, ultimate professional in terms of what he does.
Yeah.
And Mo's rubbing off on, you know, it's rubbing off on Mo, rubbing off on Jack Goodman, obviously Louis before he got injured. So, you know, it's great to see him learning.
Do you sense that everyone connected with the club maybe needed something like today? I mean, you've had one, but it's a bit of a psychologically, you know, 4-1, the fans have done it. So,
yeah, I mean, it's obviously nice to win, but you know the performances have been there for a while now, for a long time. Probably since MK Dons, the second half of MK Dons. I think the performances have been really good. Maybe not got the wins that we deserved, but we turned it around today. The second half, I thought we were excellent. You know, we created a lot of opportunities. Could have been more goals. Limited to a team that, you know, scored 4 last week against Walsall, so not many efforts at our goal. And the one moment we do switch off and got sloppy, they scored. So there's definitely things in there that we can learn from, but definitely things in there that's a real positive.
Westbrook looks the sort of player that, you know, don't notice it sometimes, but when he's not there, you probably notice he's not there, sort of thing. Right?
Yeah, he's in good form. Ben and Zian have got real good experience, you know, and real good footballers, the both of them, very clever in what they do. So, you know, that's it's nice to see them too. I said during the week their form is excellent. We're getting goals from midfield, which is good. We're getting, you know, other areas of the pitch are scoring, just not the front line, and that's really important.
Yeah, some other clubs might look at it. You've got whatever 10, 12 players out, and you've still got
14 players actually. Yeah, so it's in on the last count. It actually hits home a little bit after games, because when the injured players start walking into the changing room, it's like flipping a conveyor belt of one after the other coming in to say well done. Or, but look, we can't moan about it. We have what we have. We keep working with the players that are fit. We're only going to get stronger from the performances, from the players coming back. You know, I thought we were going to be a bit of a slow burner, but obviously the injuries has hit us, so it could be a little bit slower than we thought, but we'll get there.
Sorry. Timescales on Louis and Bobby, do you know?
Look, both having. I think they're both. Well, I've got to be careful to say here. Bobby, we're waiting to see. It may be an operation because it's a previous ankle injury that he had. Louis is definitely going to have an operation. So we'll see. John Taylor is booked in for an operation on Monday. He's not recovered, so that's disappointing news for us. Caelan Lavery is going to have another operation. He's not improved. So yeah, 4 operations, players coming back. George Miller's looking good, working hard. James Maxwell's looking good. Jamie Sterry's looking good, but they're a little bit behind one or two others.
Just on the 4, presumably looking at months rather than
months. Yeah, I'd say months. Very hard to put a time scale on it, but yeah, months.
Yeah.